Carli Lloyd here on the Rich Eisen Show. One piece of video that I have seen, including one that I just showed on the air here, was you attempting what appeared to be a 27-yard field goal in a sweater coat and runners. And we didn't see the result, but we saw the kick, and it looked true, Carli.
It did, yeah. I think
okay.
I took probably 5 or 6 of those. They all went in the uprights.
Okay.
So that was good. I didn't have my normal attire on. But yeah, believe it or not, there's obviously a lot of other things that are a bit challenging with big men on the line and people running at you. But I have done it in pads and a helmet.
Okay.
And did the 2-step. So I've realized that I can do it with all that stuff. So it's just a matter of fine tuning some things and then seeing where we're at. I mean, first and foremost, I'm focusing on soccer right now and want to be a part of the Olympics this summer. But anything's possible.
So in that regard, because again, we saw video of you doing it in training camp and crushing it, and then a serious conversation did break out. I mean, were you close to signing with an NFL team, Carli?
Yeah, it was pretty close. I had two offers to come play in the 4th preseason game. I mean, that would have been the most ideal scenario given the larger roster that they have. But I had a little bit of a dilemma because I had a game myself at the link. So I wasn't able to do it. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. I mean, I got home in the car, I think an hour after the kick, and the next thing I know, it's gone viral. There's people wondering what team I'm going to sign for, and kind of getting some of these calls from a couple of teams. So it was a pretty crazy moment. I would say it's still somewhat going on. There's still some of that buzz, but it was nonstop for several weeks after the kick.
I bet. So which teams knocked on your door, Carli Lloyd?
I've been keeping that between myself and my husband for now.
Okay.
So nobody knows yet.
Well, I don't want to pry. What was any of them in the Eastern time zone? Any Eastern time zone teams knock on your door?
I don't know. I know they're in this country, so that's all I can say.
Yeah, there's nobody outside the country in the NFL. Okay. Is it an animal team? Was the team an animal? Was it a? Can you give me that?
I don't know. Can't disclose.
Okay. So then
keep you wondering.
Okay. So when was the last time then? So let's just put it this way. It is something that should say next year roll around, you get through the Olympics, that you would entertain if a team was also as serious as you were on the subject, for you to try and literally make a National Football League team and do this as a professional National Football League player.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I don't. This isn't just a publicity stunt or something that I'm, having fun, just kind of stringing the media along. I mean, I know that I can, do it. I know that I have the mental capacity in pressure situations. I know that there would be loads of people that would want to see me fail. That's no different than the entirety of my career. Loads and loads of people have never thought that I could get to this point as well in my soccer career. So, I definitely want to entertain it, but I want to be good at it, and I want to be able to do it. And that's ultimately what it comes down to. And if I can help kind of pioneer and break down some doors for other women in the future, that would be amazing.
Well, I got to tell you, Carli Lloyd, I have a 6-year-old daughter. Very rarely, I've never once, do I recall, pointing out a place kicker to her. I certainly would if you were the one. And she's getting ready for her final game in the AYSO with the Purple Lightning this weekend. If you do hear about the final results about that team, you might be able to hear that. But I think for sure that would mean so much to so many people. What would it mean to you for you to actually go ahead and accomplish that, should you be able to?
I mean, I think that's, it's what it's all about. I mean, if I was a little girl, watching football, and if I saw a female kicking, that would instantaneously make me want to try to do that, because I've always been growing up, I was always a kid who had no fear of trying different things. I had no fear jumping in with the boys and playing with them and trying to be better than them. And, I just wasn't fearful of maybe not being good at something right away, but then, with practice becoming better at it. So I think that it would just give, all of these, females and just people around the world a different perspective. And there's been, women out there who have been so successful and who have broken down doors and barriers and been the first to do something to help pave the way for so many other people. So if I could help do that, that's really ultimately what it's all about. So we'll see what happens. I'm definitely entertaining it and want to make sure that I could, do it right and do it well.
Well, one thing's for sure, Carli Lloyd, you'd be paid equally as everybody else.
I know. It's crazy. I was just talking to somebody about this, the buzz, and it just goes to show you how big the NFL is, because I think I've gotten more press and more coverage, potentially probably than my whole soccer career. And soccer's pretty big here. Women's soccer is pretty big. We've been successful, but the NFL and male sports is totally in a different limelight, and it's crazy, and we just have to keep pushing on and keep making things better, because ultimately that's really what it's all about.
For more of the Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live, or download the Rich Eisen Show app.